guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel where tech meets music and lifestyle in perfect harmony. It's your girl, the QA engineer by day and DJ by night, Kella the tech DJ. And you know, on this channel we'll talk about tech, music, entertainment, digital roles and skills, lifestyle, my DJ career, and so much more. So welcome. I hope you love it here. In my last video, I gave tips on how to decide the right tech career path for you. Today, I'll be talking about why you should be a QA engineer, aka quality assurance engineer, aka software tester, aka QA specialist, QA analyst, and so on, and how I started out as a QA engineer. So let's go there. First of all, what is quality assurance? Quality assurance is a set of standardized procedures an organization follows to ensure that whatever products they are selling or whatever service they are rendering is of high quality or of good quality. Software testing, on the other hand, is a set of activities carried out on a product to ensure that it is bug or defect free, as well as validate and verify that the product is designed as it was intended and satisfies the customer's needs and expectations. So yeah, how did I start as a QA engineer? Okay, so one day I was very tired. You know how you're just tired? Like you're just tired. I say, God, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? That day I was tired, I was depressed, I was frustrated. Like I did not know what to do. And because I already learned some tech courses. Like I said in my last video, I started out with UI UX design. Like I even have a certificate in UI UX design. Then I moved to UX research and I tried to do AWS, but it just did not. You know how you are sure that this thing is not. It's just not for you. I was at that point like, I've learned this one, but I don't enjoy doing it. So I did not know what to do. So I called a friend of mine. His name is CJ, and I'm like, CJ, I'm tired. I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated. I'm depressed. I'm this. I'm that. And CJ was like, what happened? I'm like, I've tried everything. I've learned UI UX. I've done this one. It's not working out. CJ, they're like, okay, fine. Why don't you just do the one I'm doing? And he's like, oh, and I'm like, which one are you doing? He's like, software testing. I'm like, software testing. It sounds hard. He's like, no, it's not hard though. But it's actually easy. Then he sent me some materials, and I'm like, okay, I'll go through it. And I asked him, CJ, oh, this one, I don't have to learn coding or all those. He's like, no, you don't have to learn coding. CJ lied, because since I'm seeing this software testing now, yeah, learn JavaScript, learn Python, learn C#. I'm like, hey, CJ, you not tell me this one, so CJ did not tell me all this one, so he said I don't need to learn how to code. But apparently, my dears, please, so I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not CJ. You need to learn some programming languages. Maybe not for a start, but trust me, if you want to excel as a QA engineer, you would need to learn a few programming languages, because you would need to learn those programming languages in order for you to be able to use some automation tools. That way, you are an automation tester. And right now, companies are looking for automation testers. They're looking for more automation testers than manual testers. For now, I'm actually a manual tester. I test the applications manually, but it's time consuming. Actually, it's very time consuming. So now companies are not looking to waste time testing their software. So they're looking for people who can test softwares using these automation tools. So yes, you would need to learn a few programming languages if you want to excel as a QA engineer. But don't let this discourage you, because you can start as a manual QA. Like for me, I've been a manual QA for about 2 years, and I'm doing what I have. I'm working right now in a software company. So don't let this discourage you. Just that prepare your mind though that you need to learn. Like right now, me, I'm learning a few programming languages, and I'm learning how to use some automation tools. Like one thing about tech, you cannot stop learning. So even if you learn this automation testing or whatever, you still learn some other things. With tech, it's like you never stop learning, which is good, because it helps you to advance in your career. And so that when you're negotiating your salary with an interviewer or your employer, you are telling them that this is what I'm worth, or this is the things I can do, and they will not have any choice because to pay you what you're worth, you know. So yeah, that's how I chose software testing. Then I started doing the courses, and I'm like, okay, this is not bad. I enjoyed learning it. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. Not like it was fun, but I enjoyed it. It was not very difficult. It was not tough for me. I learned the basics of software testing in 2 to 3 months. Yes, actually, yes. And luckily for me, after that time, I got recommended for an internship position at the company, and I started working as an intern. So I was lucky anyway. But yeah, first reason for I'm giving you reasons why you should be a QA engineer. First reason is that it's not a very very difficult path to go into. In that you don't have to spend so much time learning it. Like some other tech career paths, you need to spend at least 6 months to 1 year learning that. But for this one, in the first 2 months, if you're serious, you can learn it in 2 months and start even applying for junior positions or internship positions. Then if you're lucky enough to get a job, you can learn most of the things on your job. Most of the things I know right now, I learned on the job. Second reason why you should even choose quality assurance is because there's still enough room for QA engineers. There are more startups. There are startups every day. More startups are coming up every day. Companies are looking for testers. I don't know why people don't talk about this. I see these trainings for project managers, front-end developers, full-stack developers, but I hardly see be a software tester. And I'm like, wait, it's like these people, they are looking down on this our path, or this our QA engineer path, or they are here, but it's good. Let them know, let them not come and overcrowd our QA engineer. But me, I'm giving you this secret. Listen, I'm giving you this secret. There is room, like there's enough room for QA engineers. Companies are looking for QA engineers, and especially if you are able to learn this automation tools like Selenium, Cypress, and a few others. If you're able to learn them, they find you. You will be hot cake, hot bread. Hey. So yeah, there's room, there's opportunities. Like the opportunities are endless for quality assurance engineers. International companies, Nigerian companies are looking for quality assurance engineers. So that is why you should strongly consider that path. The third reason is they are paid well. Actually, even for an entry level, especially if you get a job with the national company, you are going to be paid well. But even in Nigeria here, if you are lucky to get an internship position in a good company, you're getting your first salary can be as much as 200k to 50k. As an entry level, it can even be more. It can be 300k, it can be 350k. It depends on how good you are. It depends on how much you have learned and how you've been able to convince the interviewers during your interview, and how well your negotiation skills are. If you're able to negotiate a good salary for yourself, well, good and fine. So you can negotiate to 50 to 300 as an entry level. It depends on the company. Then mid-level, they get paid as much as 500, 600, 700, 800 for a Nigerian company actually. Then senior level 1 million, 1.5 and whatnot. If you now get for international company, my dear, you are blown. Entry level, you are getting as much as $1,005 per month. $2,000 per month, $5 per month. It just depends on the company. And like I said, it depends on how good you are, how well you've learned, the skills, the tools you know how to use, the skills you have. If you know how to use Jira and a couple of other test management tools, and if you now are able to learn automation, this automation is hot cake. I'm preaching it now because I'm on that part, learning this automation part. Like I'm learning these automation tools because I know that companies are looking for automation testers. That's why I'm just preaching it. If you are they find you. Yeah, you go to run. Say, no, you'll be turning down interviews. That's yeah. So that's the goal. That's why I'm trying to help you or convince you to choose quality assurance engineer. But as much as I want people to go in, there's some skills or qualities you need to have in order to excel. First of all, you need to be very detail oriented. You need to be thorough. You need to be meticulous. You need to because you're as a software tester. Yes, your job as a software tester is to make sure that the product, the company you are working for, the product they're building, your job is to make sure that this product have little to no bugs. So one of the principles of software testing is that there is no a bug-free software is a fallacy. Yes, which is true, because there's no way a product is released and it will not have bug. But your goal is to make sure that bug is minute and it is not even noticeable to the users. Like, it's not noticeable. It's something that can, even if it's there, it's not a critical bug that will stop the software from working. That's your job. So you have to be very, very thorough and detail oriented. You have to love quality. Like you have, you should not be an anyhow person that anything goes, anything goes. No. You should love quality. You should be obsessed with quality. That you should be kind of person that, like, if things are not done properly, you're not okay with it. Like, in fact, naturally, that should be your lifestyle as a person. Like, that people that they like their things being like this, in proper, organized way. They like quality, like perfection. Sort of, that should kind of be your personality, and that's how I would say, sort of, that's how I am in a way. I always find faults in things. I'm like, this is not, it's not okay like this. It's not like it's bad, but it's not just okay like that. You should like quality. You should be quality obsessed, because any company you're working with wants their product to be of the highest quality. That's just it. So you should make sure, as a software tester, that you uphold that quality for them. That's it. So you should have these qualities. You should be thorough, very thorough. You need to be able to test softwares from an end user's perspective and from a tester's perspective. So you put yourself in end user's shoe and be like, if I were the one using this software, will I like this thing like this? Will I enjoy this thing being like this? You have to test from that end user's perspective. Then you have to test from a tester's perspective. You have in that way you have to be thorough. Be testing things that even the normal people will not. Like, you'll be going to even the least noticeable feature. You test it there. If it works, that's really your job and what you should do as a software tester. So if you have this quality, and also if you have good communication skill, because you'll be communicating a lot with developers, like while you're finding these bugs or detecting these bugs, you're reporting immediately to the developers, and you are conveying your message in a clear and concise manner. Because if you are speaking this one, you are going here, you are talking here, they don't understand you. You need to convey your message and tell them how this is a bug and how it is not working, or why it is a bug. You're explaining to them. In my present company, in the company I work for right now, I even do videos like telling them that this is how this is not working, and so they understand what you are saying. So you should have good communication skill. You're not just communicating with the developers, you're working with the project managers and your other team members, even the customer success team, and so you have to have good communication skill too. So if you have these qualities, and naturally, then trust me, you will excel. You will do well. And if you are able to learn a few of these tools, like some of these test management tools like Jira, TestRail, Asana, a few of them, if you're able to learn, these tools are very easy to learn. You can learn them in 2 days, 3 days. It just depends on how serious you are. You have to be intentional about this. You can learn them, and trust me, you will do well. You give yourself, for manual testing, give yourself 3 months, learn it, and start applying for jobs. 3 months. Manual testing, I know that automation testing, it takes longer time to learn these other programming languages and even the automation tools. But for manual testing, if you give yourself 3 months, learn the basics of manual testing, the types of testing, levels of testing, the functionality. You need to know the difference between non-functional and functional. Like functional testing, you're testing functionality of an application. Let's say you want to click on the login button of an application. Now, the login button should take you to either the dashboard or something. So that's the functionality. The non-functional aspect is the performance, how the application works. So now, nobody likes to use a slow application. If you're using an application and the thing is dragging you like okra, you will not tire now. You get out of the application and look for something that will not drag you like that. So yeah, you are testing those things too, and there are tools for that. So these are the qualities and things you need to learn or know as a software tester. But trust me, you will love it. Me, I love my job. Hey, I love my job. It makes me happy because it fits my personality. I know how to find faults. Me, like this, in people, in things, everything. So me, everything is not good. This one, there's a problem with this. But I try to compromise at some point. I'm just talking in lifestyle generally. But bringing it to my job, it helps me because I'm looking for the tiniest faults in different things. In my former job, they used to call me, hey, Madam Bog, you have come again. I say, no, my job I did do. I'm sorry, I'm doing my job, please. I have to find these faults because this product has to work and the customers or the end users have to enjoy using it. So yeah, I am going to be collaborating with a few QA engineers, one of which is CJ, the person I talked about, the guy who helped me make the decision to do software testing. And second person, his name is Moses. He was my mentor. So CJ and Moses, they were my mentors when I was learning. So yeah, you're going to also need a mentor while learning it. But yeah, anyway, that's why we're starting this mentorship program. So we're starting a mentorship program this month, and this program is just to help people who want to go into the software testing part. We know that there's room for them. We know that companies are looking for these people. We know that companies are looking for software testers if you are good enough. So we're trying to help more people get into that path for free. So the mentorship program will run for about 3 months, and it's not like a training program. It's more like mentorship. So we'll give you the resources you need to study, and you go do the study on your own. Well, we're just here to just take you through, and if you have questions, we're here to answer and just help you through to the point where you're able to land yourself a job. I mean, not everybody lands themselves a job immediately anyway. For some people it takes longer. You just need to be consistent, be intentional, keep applying, and just pray about it. I always talk about prayer because as much as I did what I had to do to get myself a job right now, I prayed. Oh God, I prayed a lot. I prayed and God answered. So yes, you do your own part and pray to God so that He can crown your efforts. In the description below, I'm going to be attaching the link to the form to register for the mentorship program. So if you're interested and you think it's something you can do, by all means register, and we'll get back to you when we're ready and when we've got a number of candidates we are satisfied with. So yeah, I think I've talked about my journey and how I got my jobs here. Oh yeah, my present job, I applied on LinkedIn. So my first job, I mentioned I was recommended. My second job, I was also recommended. But my second job, I was the only QA engineer. My first job, I was an intern. I was working under a senior QA engineer. My second job, I was the only QA engineer. It was hard, but I learned most of the things I know right now on the job. So I always tell people that when you apply, when you've studied for a while, like when you've done your courses for a few months, start applying for jobs immediately, because you learn faster on the job. Seriously, you actually learn faster on the job. So don't waste time before you start applying for jobs. After my second job, I stopped that job and I started applying again, and this time around I was not recommended. I applied and I got the job via LinkedIn. Yes, I did the interview, did the assessment, did the second interview, and I got my offer letter. It was amazing. It was very amazing, that thing. Yeah, so the courses I did, the first course, CJ sent me a course on Udemy. It's called Business Analysis, Software Testing Techniques. I watched some videos on YouTube, so you can search for Edureka YouTube channel. They have a couple of videos on software testing. So just search for software testing video courses on Edureka. You would see them there. And if you also search YouTube, there are so many software testing videos on YouTube and Udemy and other platforms. So I also did a training with a consultancy company in Germany. They are called Brainest. For those of you who will be interested, they are called Brainest. I paid that one. It was a paid training, definitely. So I paid about, I think, 60 euros or so. I can't remember. Yes. So I learned a lot on that training. It was, but they mainly also focused on manual testing, and they also taught us how to use Jira. And I think training ran for like a month. Yeah, about. Yeah. So if you're interested, just go to LinkedIn or Google Brainest, BRAINNEST, Brainest on LinkedIn or Google, and you can register for the training program. Yeah, so that's it. This is my journey, and this is how I have gotten here till now, and how I'm working as a QA engineer. In my next video, I'll be talking about the steps you need to take after you've decided on the right tech career path for you. So there are steps that you need to take, because you can just, if you decided that, okay, I want to be a project manager, what are those steps that you take that will help you land your first job? That's what I'll be talking about in my next video, and in subsequent videos I'll be talking about a day in life of a QA engineer. You would see that, and also other things like I mean, you know I'm a DJ also, so I'll be posting my live DJ live sessions, my how I go for events, my mixtapes, and so much more. This page will not be just tech serious stuff. We talk about entertainment and a lot of other things. So stay tuned, share, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You would love it here. Support the brand Kella the Tech DJ, because you're going to love it here. Like I always say, it's gonna be lit. Trust me, it's gonna be lit. Bye.